How to Make a Drawstring Backpack by Heather Staley and Josie. First thing you're going to need to do is cut out 2 different pieces of fabric for the body of your bag, as pictured here. On the right side, you'll see 2 rectangles. Those are for the tabs that we will need later in the project. First thing we're going to do is make the tabs. We're going to fold them in half, long ways, and then iron them. Then you're going to open it up and fold into the crease on each side and iron again. Now you're going to take this and fold it in half completely and iron it one more time. Now that we have our tabs sewn up, we're going to pin them, folded in half, on about a 1-inch gap from the bottom of our exterior fabric. Now that we have the tabs pinned, we're going to lay the interior and exterior fabric right sides together. We're going to pin on the top. I'm going to pin all the way across the top using about a hand's width. Then we'll sew that straight across. Now you're going to sew the top where you just pinned. Make sure you back stitch good on the beginning and end of your stitch line. Just use a foot's width as you're sewing along. You'll repeat this for the other side of the bag. Now that we've sewn the exterior and interior fabric together at the top, we're going to fold those out right side facing out and iron the top so it's nice and even. Then you're going to repeat this for the other side of the bag. Now that we have the bags ironed, we're going to open them up, and on each side we're going to measure down 2 inches, and we're going to fold with the iron in just about 1/4 inch and put a pin there on that 2 inches. And then we're going to come over here to the other side and mark this with a pin, 2 inches. We'll repeat this on each side of the bag and over on this side on the 2 places there. This will allow us to create the casing for the rope to travel through later in the project. Now that we have our side pieces pinned, we're going to go and top stitch very closely to the edge from this point to this point. Now that we have the 2 pieces ironed, we're going to open them up and lay them on top of each other, right sides together. We're going to match up the center seams and pin all the way around the bag. We're going to leave an opening at the bottom here for us turning later. Now that we've sewn all around the edges of our bag, leaving a hole to turn it right here. Also remember while you're sewing to only sew up the sides to these little jump areas. So you cut off here, and then start sewing here and continue on around. And you'll have to repeat that on the other side too. Now we're going to turn it right side out and iron it. Now that we have our bag turned right side out, we're going to close up the hole in the interior of the bag. I have it marked with a pin here. So you're going to sew from this pin to this one, backstitch good on each end, and then you'll push the interior of the bag inside the exterior one. Now we have the bag turned right side out and the interior is tucked into the exterior. Now we're going to go back and we're going to top stitch all the way around the top circumference of the bag. Then we're going to jump down about 1.5 inches and sew around one more time. That will create our casing for the ropes to go through.